Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, this is an improvement install of Arch. I'll be deleting the other video. Here we will be actually installing Arch properly and making it usable properly. So now let's actually begin. And to tell you a bit about Arch, Arch Linux is a great distribution, but the problem is it's really hard to install. Really hard to install, I mean you can't just install it and get on with your life. You need to do a lot of things, and that's what makes it beautiful because you have a lot of control over your system. You choose what you install. If you want to install GNOME, you install GNOME. But the problem is it's too hard. It's too, like, it consumes a lot of time to install. You can't. It's almost impossible to keep it as your daily distribution. It's nice to tinker around with it in a virtual box, but otherwise it's really hard. It just makes your life extremely hard because I want to install a distribution and just get on with my life. That's why I use Ubuntu or some other desktop, some other distro, which is actually quick to install, so that I don't need to waste my time. But never, but Arch is also very nice. And let's say you have a really old laptop and you want to install a distribution which will be very light, and you also have full power over your system, then Arch is the best choice. You can't install Gentoo because it is not very supported right now, but now Arch is also very supported. It has friendly communities and it's really good. It has developed really, it's turned out to be really good. So we can actually install Arch. So the first thing to do is to make a new virtual box, new virtual machine. Let's say Arch Linux. Next, let's allocate some RAM. Give it about 1600 megabytes of RAM. Let's create a virtual hard disk now. VDI, dynamically allocated, and a bit more space. 14 should be good. So now we have this system, and we need to configure some other things to actually mount the ISO so that we can boot from the ISO. So here we go to advanced and let's just select bidirectional. Description: this is Arch install. Yeah. And no, we don't want to enable disk encryption. Don't want a floppy. Processor, that seems good. Display, okay. And over here let's choose this ISO, and everything else should be just fine. So we can select OK and then double click on this to start. So now, as you can see, it starts up, but it boots in a BIOS. We are not doing a BIOS install here. We are doing a UEFI install. So let's just power off the machine. And to change it to UEFI, it's very easy in VirtualBox. We just go here and enable EFI, special OSs only. We click OK and we start it up again. And as you can see, it starts up with the UEFI menu. Doesn't look really great, but it's fine. So we click OK, and now it's just going to boot up. Okay, so now we have actually booted into our system. Let's just get the camera. So we have actually booted into our system, and now we need to install Arch Linux. So before that, let's just actually check if we have internet. By saying ping google.com, and we are able to ping google.com. So the next step is to update the system clock. So we do time. Let's just click on here. Time date ctl set /ntp. Beautiful. So we do. I'm not going to use fdisk because it's a command line. I want a TUI interface. So we do cfdisk. I use cfdisk/sda. And we want to select a label type. Since we are doing a DFI install, we will be selecting GPT. Good. So we have free space. Okay, so now we need to actually get 3 partitions up. which are the EFI system partition, the swap partition, and the root partition. The EFI system partition should be about 260 megabytes, so we'll create that. So enter, give it around 300 megabytes, or maybe bytes. I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe bytes. So now, free space, we give, the next one is the swap one, so we'll give about 2 gigabytes, and the next one, just give it how much ever, because that's our partition system where we'll be working with. So the first one, we'll say we need to change the type to Linux Linux EFI system, as it's our boot. And now for the /dev/sta2, we select it as Linux swap, and then it's all Linux. The sta3 is already Linux file system, so we write it on the disk. Pretty cool. And then we quit. Awesome. So now the next step is to actually format the partitions. So let me get my terminal out. And over here we need to select /dev/sta1 is EFI. We know that already. So now, since it's EFI, we need to format it in the FAT form. So we do /dev mkfs to make file system. We need to make the file system FAT, and -f, which sorts out FAT32, and which one? It is /dev/sta1. Making FAT, it made it FAT. So now we need to make the sta2 swap. So we do mk swap /dev/sta2. Pretty cool. Swap on which one? /dev/sta2. Pretty cool. So now we go on to the next one, which is /dev/sta3, which is Linux file system. So we need to make it ext4. So we do mkfs.ext4. Which one do we need to make ext4? /dev/sta3. And awesome. So what do we do next? We do mount our file system, Linux file system, /dev/sta3 and to /mnt. Awesome. And then pacstrap, we need to install base packages, which is pacstrap /mnt base linux-4. Yes, please correct that. And now this is going to take some time to install. And I'll meet you after this finishes installing. So now, as you can see, it has finished. So now our next step would be, let me just bring up my terminal, to generate the fstab file. So we do gen fstab. So we do gen fstab -u /mnt and to /mnt/fstab. So generate fstab -u /mnt /fstab. So now it has generated the fstab file. Let's see what we need to do next. We need to change root into arch into /mnt. So we do arch -root space /mnt. Awesome. So now we need to set our time zone. Yeah. So to set our time zone, we do ln-sf /user /share /zone info and /wherever you live, the continent Asia, and then the Kolkata. 2/etc/local time. Pretty good. And now we generate /etc/atj time. So we do hwclock dash as system to hardware clock. It does that. And now we need to edit etc/etc/local.gen. So we do vim /etc/local.gen. Oh, vim is not installed. pacman-s vim. Let's wait for it to install. Okay, great. We have done that. So now we have set that we have installed pacman. So we need to edit /etc/local.gen and we comment out our local /n_us. Okay, nice. So now we actually generate our local by doing local-gen. So we do local -gen, generating locals n_us.utf-8 done. So next we set our lang variable in local.conf. Vim local.conf, set our lang variable accordingly. n_us dot utf-8. Okay, pretty good. So let's just save and quit. Okay, and now we set our hostname in /etc/hostname. So we do vim /etc/hostname. Mine will be binary. And now we set our root password. So PASSWD, since we're already in root, we set our root password PASSWD. New password, complicated password. Very good. So now our next thing would be to add another user. You don't want to be working in root all the time. You might mess up your system if you run some command. It's really dangerous. So we make a user by doing user add, and then by doing user mod we add this user to these groups. So we do user mod user add -m to generate a home directory for this guy. And what should we name our user? Binary. Cool. And then we do user mod -a capital G. And what all do we need to add? Wheel optical storage. If only I can type out properly. Storage and where was that? Storage, audio, video, and optical. Audio, storage, audio, and video. Oh, we forgot to add our user binary. Very cool. So now, okay, so we need to install pacman-s grub, and along with grub we need to install EFI mgr DOS FS tools, and we need to install DOS FS tools and OS-prober and tools, and also we need to install network manager -applet dialog wireless tools WPA_supplicant, and that should be it. So network manager -applet, what is going on? I don't think we need network manager -applet. So let's just continue. Resolve dependencies. Yes, I think we'll install network manager -applet later on when I actually get the name properly. So we have almost completed it. So let's open our terminal up again, and now we need to install our grub bootloader. So by doing this, but before that we need to mkdir/boot/efi. We need to do that. So we do mkdir/boot/efi, and then we mount /mout/dev/sta/1 and to/boot/efi. Awesome. So now we need to install grub onto this. As we have mounted it, we open up our terminal again and we install grub by doing grub-install-target equals x86_64 and grub-install -target equals x86_64 -efi bootloader. The bootloader ID should be equal to grub_uefi --recheck. Okay. And let's say you're not on an EFI system. Then you're on a if you're not on a EFI system and you're on a BIOS system and you saw that menu that we got earlier, then you need to run this grub-install-target equals i386-pc /dev/sta. Yeah. So now let's actually run this command, installing for x86_EFI-platform, and then we'll have to generate our grub config file. We have installed grub. Okay, but now we need to generate our config file. So now for generating our config file, we do grub-mk config grub-mk config 2/o/boot/grub/grub.cfg. So basically after this we are almost done, except that we need to install sudo. Okay, so we do command -s sudo. Yes, continue with installation, and then let's actually make this full screen, and then we do editor. We don't want to edit in Vim, so we do editor is equal to Vim / we need editor is equal to Vim, so by sudo. Yeah, so now we search for %b. Okay, so we do delete that, then delete the uncommented line. Okay, at this point we have basically installed Arch, but now we need to enable network manager. So for that we do sudo systemctl enable network manager with a capital N, network manager with a capital M2. Pretty cool. So at this point we're basically done. We have all that we need. So we exit. Very nice. Now we need to unmount all file systems. So we do umount -a. Now this will give you some errors, but that's fine. That's just fine. So now we reboot into our new system. And also the first time you might get the screen might get stuck on VirtualBox, but that's fine. Just power off the system and power it on again. So now binary login, binary, and oh shoot, let's just log in as root and then binary. That's because I forgot to add a password to the user binary. So we do PASSWD binary, complicated password, and then let's exit again, login as binary, the password binary. That's it. So we have now basically installed Arch, and if we do ping Google, we should be able to get our ping. That's because we installed Network Manager. If you forgot to install Network Manager, then it's absolute havoc. So that is it for this video. In the next video, we will be installing and configuring a desktop environment, which will be Cinnamon for my case. I just like Cinnamon. It's nice. Absolutely not GNOME. It's too heavy. No, no, no. So thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And please, if you enjoyed the video, consider a like and a subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.